Well, does it say that, like, it
instantly.
says we're live now?
Yep,
So will
instantly.
it say
So
that to, like, followers or whatever on
it should,
YouTube?
if they've got you set on the bell.
Okay.
Maybe give it a minute and see if anyone kicks in, because obviously this is going to be watched as is right now. So this waffle is going to be recorded.
One of my mates that actually like watches my videos and see if.
So I'm going to jump onto yours and I'll try and send out a quick link. Where are you? This is professional, isn't it, Dave?
Oh, there we go. We've got Jake Chapman is joined in. There we go.
So you should be able to have comments on your right-hand side.
Yeah. Can you see
Jake
those?
Chapman.
Or so you can see them as well?
Yeah, I can see them as well.
Jake, this is a bit of a shit show at the moment.
Yep. Professional shit show.
We're just trialing this at the moment, but yeah, we're going to do a bit of a F1 preview video.
So we're going to rank. What we're going to do: rank the teams, and of course, give our
the drivers and
thoughts.
Where we think.
I'm just going to share this video, mate. I'm going to copy it, and I'm just
trying to find the actual.
I promise.
I'm just trying to find the actual. You watching
all right,
live?
I'm just going to send that out quickly, and then we'll get into it. Hey, I think you got 8 people watching. Thanks to everyone for watching Dave's channel.
Is there 8 people watching?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you should be able to see. Awesome. You should have more than me on your camera. We'll kick it off in a tick, mate. I'll just quickly put this on Instagram so people can see.
Oh, there we go. It's only I can only see the people who've commented. Oh, it says up the top there, 11 viewers. Hi, 11 viewers.
We're going to get started any tick. I'm just doing some final adjustments.
I just loaded up all the teams off the F. Oh, there we go. There's Haas. They've got them 3rd in the list on the F1 website.
I'm just going to quickly put this link up, mate, then we'll get into it. Sorry, buddy.
Sorry, everyone.
Sorry, everyone. We're just trying to get as many people as we can. And then we'll start talking about... Done. All right, I've sent that, mate. And I guess people can re-watch it. This is really good viewing for everyone at home.
So this hasn't been very well planned. But we
are
learning how to do this, so we might do it more in the future.
I have a list.
You've actually prepared.
D-Dub, let's go, Max. D-Dub, don't get me started yet.
Yeah, and Max is
he's last year's news. No, he's not. All right.
Well,
so
if you believe Mercedes hype, but we will start off at the bottom.
We will. So welcome to our 2022 predictions. Are we going to stick by this, Dave? F1 predictions?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, a bit of a rundown of where we think people are going to be. And
I reckon we're going to be right. So, tell me different.
Well, Formula 1's pretty easy to predict because they haven't changed anything this year.
It's just aero, mate.
Yeah, it'll be like last year, just totally predictable.
Yeah, if there's any cheating involved. So thanks, Dave, for letting me come on your channel. I obviously run that Slot Car Guide channel. What was that?
Mid-race rule changes. That's fine.
Yeah. Well, let's not go there. Let's just keep it to predictions. So thanks for having me, Dave. I appreciate you getting me on, mate, and hopefully we can do this more regular.
Yeah.
So let's kick it off. Should we start with which team we think is going to come last this year? Did you want to go first?
Alfa Romeo.
So you're going to go Alfa Romeo. So the drivers for Alfa this year is Bottas and Guyan. Is it Guyan?
Guan Yu Zhou.
Guan Yu Zhou.
Yeah.
Talk me through it. Why do you think Alfa?
What's the point of them?
You know what's funny? I've actually put Alfa. Oh, you can't see that. As number 10. So we're on the same page.
I just, with this one, I mean, you had the Kimi Räikkönen retirement kind of tour for the last 2 years. And then, so you never knew if Giovinazzi was any good or not. Because,
you do now.
wasn't. Yeah, well, they give him the arse. And then, I mean, you've got Joe in there he did okay in F2, but he didn't set the world alight or anything. Like, he got his points and his money and bought his seat. Bottas, you've got to, you know what he's going to achieve, but it's not like you're signing a brilliant driver. Like, you know he's a number 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, someone's got to come last, but I kind of don't
think it's Alpha.
Sorry? Yeah.
Well, they can't come first because there's Ferrari. And if Ferrari is as hot, and we'll get to that soon, if Ferrari is as hot as they are, you can't have Alpha anywhere near the winning circle. That's my personal opinion. It's the sister squad for Ferrari. But I'm with you. We don't really know how good how do you say his name? Guan
Yu Zhou.
Thank you. We don't know how good he is.
You can learn that, but you've got, at least, well, he'll have a seat for a few years because he's got
I don't know if that's safe anymore because of the cost caps. Cost caps is really making it cheaper. And as the years go on, cost caps getting cheaper and cheaper. So they might not need to buy a seat anymore.
But you still got to find the Alfa Romeo deal is a lip service thing. Allens only paying for Kubica to be the test driver, which is a handful of money. They've got to pay Bottas to drive. You've still got to find the 150 million from somewhere.
I'm excited that Bottas is there because I think, Lewis is the GOAT. I'm a big Lewis fan. I don't go for Mercedes. Actually, we probably should have said who we go for first, but we'll get to that in a tick. But I
think that'll come out as we start to get further up there
to the pointy end. But I'm excited to see Bottas in a car that's not competitive, I would say, and I just want to see his skills. But mate, I'm with you. 10 is Alpha. What's your thoughts on the livery? Did you like the car?
It looks pretty good. I like that kind of old school, the way they've written Alfa Romeo and whatnot. I think they should run that testing camo livery instead.
Testing pattern. Well, you won't know who's driving then. All right, so 10 is Alpha. What's anyone said in the comments? I think someone else. I think Jack said.
Jake's gone for
Jake's
Alpha.
as well.
D-Dub's gone for Williams.
D-Dub, me and you aren't being good friends tonight, mate. This is. All right, number 9. Who are you thinking?
He's probably going to be. What?
I've got Williams as 9. And I'm saying to you,
it's. It's hard to tell. Like, I think Haas is still going to be probably 9th, but it's hard, that one, because they have run really fast in testing, but then they did get to run later because they forgot to ship their stuff or whatever and started half a day later than everyone in Bahrain.
Yeah, I think the late night running would have been colder track, colder air. I think they would have benefited from that. But and you don't know what engine modes they're running, what fuel they're running.
All that's
I've gone Williams. Who did you say?
I reckon it'll probably still be Haas.
So you're going to go Haas? I'm going to write you down as Haas, Dave.
Yeah.
Haas.
And then a very, very interesting choice with getting Magnussen back.
I didn't see that coming.
No, I can kind of see why they did it, because then you've got like a known quantity to put Mick up against. So then Ferrari kind of gets a good idea of where Mick's at, because he smashes Mazepin, and what does it prove? Like, who's better than Mazepin? Well, fuck me. Like, Guan Yu Zhou's probably better than Mazepin. So
Oh, we don't have to worry about that anymore. That's sorted. Don't cut us off. Don't cut us off. I'm shocked because I was really hoping, and you're going to hear this name from me numerous times this year and today, Oscar Piastri. Yeah. I thought he had a run. Mate. I really, really did. I was fingers crossed.
I think the hard thing with that decision was if you put Piastri in there and he does really well, Alpine calls him up and you've only got him for a year. So, and you're probably going to lose Mick as well at some point to someone better. So, they've signed Magnussen for, I think, at least 2 years.
Yeah, he's got a multi-deal, which is I'm surprised.
In-
And what about
interesting
Hulks?
as well
Why
with-
didn't Hulks get a run?
because he's older and less podiums.
And he's
At
married
least,
now, so
at least Magnussen got one podium.
well, that is true. Yeah, that is true. But let me have a quick
Granted,
look.
it wasn't his first race, but
I said Williams,
Yeah,
but I think I'm going to.
Williams
You've
will
swayed
be
me now.
I
You've swayed me
think
too.
Williams will be eighth.
All right, so let's move on to. So we've got Alfa Romeo last. We've got Haas second last, and let's move on to the great almighty Williams. And
Yeah,
this I'm
which
going to
is
soft
different.
spot here, so go easy, go easy.
Williams was my favourite, well, second favourite team for a very long time. And yeah, it's probably only been some of the decisions in the more recent past. That you kind of go, oh, yeah, don't
It
worry
shows
about it.
how much that matters. Money, money, money.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah, well, they really start to lose when you're signing Sirotkin and Stroll. It was
It was a bad move.
the
That was the
lineup of the century there.
You might
But
as well just write blank checks and throw them.
some people might disagree with this one, but Latifi's not the best.
What do you mean?
It's aimed at a certain person in the that's watching at the moment. Latifi's
okay.
Yeah.
I'll watch the comments for you.
Latifi's okay, but I don't think Albon got a fair crack at Red Bull, as I don't think Gasly did. And Perez hasn't really done much better than either of them. So, yeah,
I'm not an Albon. I'm an Albon fan. I think he's an awesome bloke. I'm sort of glad he's come back. There's again Oscar Piastri. If he had a different deal, he could have come in. There's a lot more younger people that need a crack at this F1 game now. So I'm a bit disappointed that people are coming back. Like,
but
they've already had a crack.
I'd prefer to see Latifi out and Piastri in, rather than having say Albon out for Piastri. I'd prefer to see Latifi out.
Do you think less pressure, Albon will now perform? Because Red Bull is toxic.
Yeah, because
you've got to be on top of your game.
Like what Gasly did at Toro Rosso. Both of them performed at Toro Rosso, didn't perform at Red Bull. And then we've seen what Gasly's doing back at AlphaTauri now.
Yeah. He's killing it though. I think he's found his seat, but he's too good for AlphaTauri. So we think Williams is, did we say seventh? I wasn't very good at maths.
Seventh. Yeah.
So we want Latifi gone, and we're happy Albon's back. Recap. That's all I got out of that.
When I run my Formula One team, this is what I'm going to
do. Yeah. Successful?
I just need about $1 billion.
Yeah. Well, look, if I can tip in a little bit, I will. I might subscribe and become a member of your channel. All right, let's move on to number 6 already. 6? Who are you thinking?
Alpine.
Oh, really? Oh, hold on. I think we've jumped. We've got Alpha, Williams. Oh, yeah. Okay, with you. So Alpine. I actually put
Aston.
Are we up to 6? I put AlphaTauri as 6.
I think they're going to do a bit better than that, but yeah.
It's a sister team. Aston Martin 6. So, Aston Martin 6. King Latifi will dominate. I'm just reading some of your comments quickly. King Latifi.
What about King Stroll?
Actually, he don't. Let's get. We'll get there in a minute. So who do we choose then?
Oh, I'm saying Alpine's going to.
Well, it's your show, Dave, so I'm going to agree with you.
Well, let's cover Alpine and then we'll go to AlphaTauri.
All right, Alpine. So we've got F. Alonso, the eyebrows. Me and him do share something in common. Take a look at those.
Nah, his are much better than yours.
I can probably drive better though. Don't tell him. And we've got Ocon. Talk to me. He won a race though. He won a race.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I fully thought Ocon was going to replace Bottas a few years ago.
I love Ocon and Bottas.
Yeah. But yeah, now he's kind of stuck in no man's land at Alpine. But
Yeah.
but they've shuffled a lot of the like top people in the team again.
Yeah.
Because they did that weird structure. I'm trying to think because they had the Suzuki MotoGP guy come in. They
Yeah,
had
but he's a
Marson.
gun. The
Yeah,
German.
but then they've got rid of him. So now, like they got Otmar come in from Force India,
Yeah.
but yeah, you kind of starting from scratch
Sorry,
again.
Aston Martin.
He was more a Force India
Force
employee.
India guy.
Yeah, he wasn't very convincing, saying that he believed Lance Stroll was the best driver on the grid. So Papa Stroll.
Oh, what I thought that was
Pushed him
like
aside.
full heart. I took it in. I went, yeah. Drive to survive, baby.
Yeah. I haven't watched the last season yet, so
Mate, it's probably the worst. It's the worst. It's fun, but they reuse so much stuff. But that's a different topic. That's a different video.
I've heard it's good for not fans of the.
It's good to get a fan
Formula
base
One.
for people who don't know anything at all about Formula Ones. Watch Drive to Survive, and that'll tell you who the villains and the heroes are. So we've got Alpine, Fernando Alonso. I reckon he's going to leave next year, and that's why I think Oscar Piastri in 2023 will take Alonso's spot. That's my guess.
Yeah, and I think that's why Haas weren't that interested in taking him because he is lined up for there. And they did sign Ocon for, I think it was like 4 or 5 years last year.
Says he's got a multi as well.
Extended his contract, yeah. So it was pretty
You know a
obvious.
tidbit about Oscar? You want to give you a little tidbit? I used to race RCs against the guy. He was 8 years old. I was like 21, do the maths, and he killed me.
I'm not sure. You definitely weren't good at maths.
I wasn't good at maths, but I know I lost. So I raced against him at
So
Baronia.
he's even better at RCs.
Mate, as soon as I saw him, I didn't know he was into go-karts back then. He was literally 8 years old, sponsored as a RC racer. Incredible. Wiped the plate with all us adults. So now I'm not surprised that he's in F1s. Jake, is that true or just a rumor? What are you reading? I missed something.
The FUD Vettel has COVID and out of Bahrain.
Is that true?
I don't know.
Check social media. If someone can double check that for us, that'd be great. So who would then replace him? Oscar Piastri? Well, I've actually got him next to like 20 teams here.
Hulk down is replacing him.
So Hulk,
So, yeah.
that was COVID out of Bahrain. Hulk replacing him.
Ooh.
Okay.
So
So number 5. Are we up to number 5 or 6?
5. Well, then we're looking AlphaTauri.
AlphaTauri, Gasly, and Yuki. Oh.
Yeah. I think Yuki's got a lot of potential. I think.
Really?
Yeah, but yeah, I don't think he's going to beat Gasly. I think Gasly's still probably underrated. Yeah, yeah. He just needs,
his craft is awesome. You watch him and you go, "Wow."
Yeah, he just needed that cuddle environment and felt love that you don't get at Red Bull.
Yeah, you don't need the Austrians staring at you from a distance doing this.
Well, you've still got it, but not as direct. Yeah, like
you're
not
it
Max.
goes to him, boss, and then to him. COVID will be a large. Yeah, I agree. The official Gibbo, I agree with him. I think COVID's going to be the worst when it comes to catching it this year because everyone's relaxed. I think we had like 4,000 cases today or something. I don't watch it.
The cases are up again, I think, here. But from what I heard in England, is basically just a free-for-all now. Like,
I think we're just living with it now. We've all got
not
jabs
even, quarantining or whatever if you've got
D-Dubs has already thrown up his top 3. Gee, a bit impatient there, D-Dubs. Jeez, mate. We haven't given our tips on those yet because they really matter. Mercedes. That wasn't to us. Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull.
Yeah.
I'm just going to check my official list from Massey. I'm just checking what Massey sent me. Mate, you're wrong.
He's not allowed to make decisions anymore.
He's
They
not even there, is
replaced
he?
him with like 14 blokes.
And 16 cameras and a replay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they've
what
got,
are we up to?
VAR. Fifth, I think.
Who did we choose? Who did you choose? It's your show, mate. I'm just going to play along
I'm
with
just choosing it as I go. So what have we got left?
you. This is structured, isn't it?
Aston Martin. How did we
As
get
fifth.
Aston Martin in fifth?
I've got Haas as fifth.
Yeah, but you're wrong.
I'm not.
where,
For this
Where have you
episode,
got-
you're right, Dave. You're right.
where have you got Aston Martin then?
Eighth. Because I don't see it. Like I've been watching the testing and I don't know, mate. I love Vettel.
Well, if Hulk's driving for him in Bahrain, that means he'll qualify like third and run second, and then spear off right at the end or something. Have a duff pit stop. Yeah.
Yeah. So we went with fifth is. Yeah, I've lost track now. Can someone keep note in the comments?
As long as no one's keeping track of this, it's fine. We can
We're
then
winning.
turn around at the end of the year and go, yeah, we all got it. We got it all right.
So Aston
The
Martin
worst
was
thing I
fifth.
did was put my supercars predictions on the channel, Oh,
you already done it, haven't you?
So yeah, someone will go back and check it out at
Rewatch
the
it.
end and go,
Think of the views, Dave. Think of the views
Yeah.
and the comments. You want bad comments as well as good comments. That's how it works. Piastri should replace Magnussen in the Alpine. Yeah, I agree. Fudley. I just want to see Oscar out there because I think he's going to be a George Russell of the Australian kind. I'm hoping. But let's not talk about George yet. Let's get to Georgie Boy in a minute. I love you, George, if you're watching. Please watch this, George.
Aston Martin, King Stroll.
Are we liking the lineup? We like the lineup. Vettel and Australia Boy.
I don't know what's happened to Vettel.
Well, he's at the end of his career, but you still see dabs of it. You still see dabs of, but I think with age comes caution. But then you look at
Alonso doesn't really. I mean, yeah, it's
maybe you should just stick to picking up trash.
Yeah,
that was
Let's
pretty
move
cool.
on.
I can't knock him. I'm a big Vettel fan, mate. Vettel tested positive as well.
Yeah, he was.
Didn't they say?
No.
Didn't they say it was Valtteri before?
No, it was Vettel.
Let's go to Van Gisbergen for Verstappen car swap at the GP. No, imagine that. So number 4. Who we got, Davey, for 4?
McLaren.
Yeah, I hate you. Why? Why McLaren? It's our boy Rick.
Well, are they going to beat the top 3?
Yeah. Oh, well, you don't want to know where I've got him. You can probably guess.
What, second?
First.
Or first?
I don't know. I know they didn't do very well in testing. Dan Rick decided to get the flu.
Actually, they had a really good test. I mean, a shakedown in Barcelona.
And Bahrain was good as well, though.
Except for the brakes. They couldn't do any long runs because brakes were overheating. So
that's an issue.
Yeah.
But do you need brakes? And Ricciardo's a late breaker, so he doesn't really need all of the brakes. He just needs a little bit of them at the very end. If it doesn't switch on, well, then he's good.
You only need brakes when you get to first.
Okay.
So you're going to Van Gisbergen and dive in and use someone else's brakes.
We have to put a bit of supercars twist on it, don't we?
Do
I need to show a slot car or something to make it relevant?
McLaren is 4th.
All right, so I put for 4th Ferrari, and I know where you're going with that.
Well, I'm only putting him one ahead.
Oh, really? Well, I went Ferrari, so let's stick with yours. We went. Will Kimi get a drive? The official Gibbo? Yeah, probably will. But didn't he? I think he's retired. Or was he still
I don't
reserved?
think Kimi will bother coming back.
No.
Giovinazzi's probably got a better chance of filling in.
But please timestamp this because we're going to be definitely wrong, and I want Gibbo to come back and say, "I told you so." So someone timestamp this and show us how I'm wrong. because we're not professionals at this.
When,
I
when
play with
Kimmy's
Lego
like,
for
yeah,
God's sake.
I'll come and have fun for a weekend.
Yeah.
I've got Ferrari in third, I reckon.
So you're going Ferrari third. All right.
Yeah.
So we're a big fan of Rick and
Lando, yeah.
Lando. So we're happy with that. We'll move on to Ferrari in third. Okay. I had Mercedes.
Yeah, well, that's what they keep telling us.
Good call on Gio. Yeah, I agree, Gibbo. Dave's right. I hope you're wrong, though, Dave, because I want to come back to this and laugh at you.
We're getting to that when we get to Mercedes Australia.
So fourth Ferrari. What do you think of the driver lineup? Nothing's changed, but what do you think?
Very, very good.
Really?
Yeah. Both.
Really?
I think Sainz is probably the most underrated driver in Formula One.
Who?
Carlos Sainz.
Really?
Most underrated. Yeah. Well, he was nearly as good as Verstappen in Toro Rosso. Who was he? I'm trying to think. He beat Hulk at Renault. I think it was.
Yeah, he did.
He
is. Yeah, he's good. He's not.
He ran.
Well, he comes from a good pedigree.
Yeah. I wasn't a fan of his father.
I'm not a fan of his interviews. I'll be fair to listen to Raikkonen's interviews over Carlos.
At least he talks.
Sort of.
And Sainz actually did better than Leclerc last year overall. Like Leclerc's got the.
He's good, but they really need a cheap motor in there to go better. That's the problem. That's what's tarnished him for me. They had a hot motor. I think it was 2019. They had the hot motor, and they'll
never been proven. Who said it was a cheap motor?
2020. They've
They
got
never
a
got in.
2020. They've got an SR20 in the back instead of a bloody.
I think that was more a boat anchor after the.
They've never been proven. All right. And all of a sudden they're tanking. Oh, yeah, no, Adrian was good. Took out a piston. No. Random live stream. I like it. Thanks, Amit. We appreciate it. We got bored. And Mr. Chapman's gone early again. Let's quickly read Chapman's top 10 because he's actually put one up there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gone.
Ferrari number one.
Ferrari number one. Where did he put McLaren fourth? Really? Maybe I'm off the mark. Alpine. That's a good lineup, Mr. Chapman.
Well, yeah.
Anyone else who's watching, please put your top 10 up so we can roast it because I want to see if I'm stupid because I put McLaren first. But that looks pretty correct to me. So good work, Mr. Chapman.
I think everyone's underestimating Mercedes.
Oh, Mercedes are playing the same game they do every year. Oh, look, I don't know about the engine or the aero or the steering wheel fell off. Come on, mate.
Yeah.
It's
and even if they struggle a bit round one, they'll probably come out and win by a couple of laps in round 2 or 3
what
or
about
something.
these side pods? That was insane. When I saw that car, I was like...
Doesn't have any.
What?
Yeah.
How
Especially
do they do
when
that stuff? They're incredible.
Like, you looked at the Williams one and went, that's pretty interesting. But Williams has got that, like the bigger airbox above the... Yeah. Whereas Mercedes doesn't have that. And then they've got, like, no side pods as well. So, yeah. Whatever
Ferrari's,
they've done.
I mean, when it comes to side pods, I think Ferrari has the most beautiful looking side pods, but they're massive. It reminds me of the old Walkinshaw V8, like the bathtub. I'm thinking that is massive. It's like an ice cream scoop. I'm like, it looks good, but it also works. So I don't know. I'm lost now, mate. I don't know where we're at.
Well, we kind of cover Ferrari,
so
we got Red Bull and Mercedes to talk about.
Oh.
So
who do you put first?
Oh, well, I'd much prefer to see Red Bull in first, but I think, Merck's been sandbagging, I think.
Do you reckon?
Because that's what they do every year. They're like, I don't think we're very fast. But like, we're not going to be challenged.
Spinmeister's chucked up a list. Let's have a quick look at it, Dave. We would have lost you there for 5 minutes if we let you keep
talking. Just laughing at Teddy's.
Did he say Ferrari last or was that first? I'm guessing Ferrari's first.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, Ferrari, Mercedes, Red Bull. Everyone thinks McLaren's fourth. Really?
Yeah, I don't think.
I think he's done well though. Alpha's definitely last. Oh, he's put Alpha twice.
No, he's Alpha Tauri. Gets
Oh, yeah,
confusing.
gotcha.
Yeah, that's why they call them Toro Rosso and Sauber.
Yeah, Red Bull sugar free and Red Bull. Is that the one? They've got to be.
So
you've put Merc as second.
I'd prefer to see. Well, I'd prefer to see Merc in fourth, but just to watch him struggle a bit.
Well, I've got him in third, but let's touch because someone did say about. I'm going to quickly scroll up. Someone did say what's our thoughts on Lewis
versus Russell.
Yeah, let's have a quick chat about that. What's your thoughts?
I think that's going to be an interesting battle, especially if Russell can come out of the blocks strong.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be if he comes out slowly, I think they're then going to favour Lewis like they have since every year. And then if Russell can come out strong though, you can't just ask him to move over in that if they're kind of level pegging the championship, or if they're not clearly out in front again, because that's been the thing as well, that they've been so far in front you can kind of do whatever you want strategy wise. If they're playing in the midfield, all of a sudden the pressure's on them to actually work on the strategy in that.
So you don't think team orders will come in place at all to get Lewis his eighth? Because that will make a milestone for Mercedes. Obviously, a history-breaking.
Depends where they are and what. Because
if there's a massive points breakup, I understand that. But
if they're battling and you've also got Ferrari and Red Bull kind of in the mix, though, you can't. And the two Mercedes guys are quite even on pace. You can't just favour one. Because,
what's your thoughts on the one drive that Russell had? One drive, flat tyre, wrong tyres. Do you think that was a bit of a stitch up?
Yeah, well, I mean, we could put our tinfoil hats on and
but I like that stuff.
Funny that it all went pear-shaped when he was showing, everyone the way. Like it was.
I was almost in tears. I love him. I'm like,
yeah. Well, he just jumps in and then essentially dominates the race.
Yeah. Well, he does. No, you're right. He's all right. So I'm just quickly reading your comments because Spencer, I'm a big fan of Spence, one of your followers, because he's done.
I'm a fan of D-Dub.
What's
number one day?
D-Dub, mate. D-Dub. We'll have a private chat after this. D-Dub, Dave one. Okay. All right. I remember that. That's it. This is my last show with Dave, I think.
So how do we think Perez is going to go this year?
Perez. Well, it depends on. Well, he's going to be second no matter what. Well, let's just say Red Bull's first. You'll put Red Bull first. I'll put McLaren first because I'm a fanboy. I rate Perez. I think he's Red Bull's Bottas. He plays a very good, strong second role, and give him a couple of seasons, and you've got yourself a second driver, and that's exactly what a team needs.
You could have done the same thing with Gasly and Albon if you hadn't promoted them too early.
He's picked up quicker. I think he's picked up quicker.
Perez has been in F1 for about 40 years. Well, he was at Sauber, McLaren. He spent like 15 years at Jet Force India.
He's been around.
Yeah. And then
I think you're right. Give Gasly a run and
Papa
you would have
Stroll,
had two.
Point racing and, yeah.
Can someone put me first, just quickly? Just make me feel good. Can someone make a comment?
Let me have a fun this way.
Can someone put me? Can I delete that comment? I'm just present my age. I'm just going to quickly read something here. Scotty Honeybone.
The funny thing is, all these guys are younger than us, and we're giving them shit about being around for too long.
No, we're ancient. We are. You know how many filters I've got on this camera? I've got filters, Glad wrap. I've got everything on it. I'm looking.
Is that how you do it?
Is that how I do it? Yeah. Someone said, I reckon Hamilton days are gone. I don't agree, Mr. Butler. I don't agree. He is very good.
I think I can see him having a meltdown if they're not the fastest, though.
I think this is his last year. I think this will be his last year.
Yeah, maybe.
I think if Russell dominates, which I hope he does, or Hamilton doesn't win easily enough or at all, I think that because that destroyed him last year, and it would. That was pretty. I'm glad Red Bull won, and I honestly was almost in tears, mate. I was just like this, but I wasn't thinking about what was happening. I just saw this awesome race unfolding, and then after I went, hold on, what the hell was? Why was it allowed? So, hold on. Dave, that's better. I feel a bit.
At least you still made the podium.
I've got a silver and a bronze. Look, Mum, I'm on TV.
Yeah, I kind of agree, Jake. If I think if they're not competitive, he'd probably call it quits. But I think he wants his 8th to.
Safety car will win the championship. You know what though? There's some good TikToks going around with that thing drifting. Whoever, I don't know who's the driver of the safety car. I can't remember his name.
Bernd Mailander.
That's it, Bernd Mailander. Sounds like a Thunderbird. Bernd Mailander. Thunderbird's but he can handle that thing. And then you see NASCAR's safety car hitting the wall, and then there's F1s coming around. So I was like, go George Russell this year. I was going to put you second till the Hamilton comment. Gee, tough crowd, Dave. Your followers are mean, mate.
Yeah, well,
Mine don't say anything. So here we go. Australia 98.
Your comments are all nice.
Yeah, because I'm a nice guy. Shut up, Dave.
We got Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari, McLaren. Everyone McLaren 4th again.
Yeah, it's consistent, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like maybe you're wrong.
Alpha's last as well, which is...
Yeah. It seems to be a common kind of theme with Alpha being last.
We need more live. I love this, Dita. We need more of this. Live is good. Go, Max. Sorry, slot car, mate. Thanks, mate. I appreciate it. Oh, Matthew, mate. Just pop it up a notch.
He's living in the past with Jet Force India. It's Papa Stroll F1 now.
Ricardo will win the Aussie GP. If he doesn't launch it from the start like a couple of years ago, that was soul-destroying. Taking that, mate, my heart, I'm thinking, what are you doing out there?
He wasn't in with much of a shot that day anyway, but yeah.
Oh, Dave, Scotty Honeybone. Okay. I can see a trend here. McLaren 4th, Trav 2nd. I'll take notes. Fair. That's it. What's his name? Scott Honeybone.
As long as we have no evidence of what we've said, it's all fine.
This isn't recorded.
So
this was an invite only. So there we go. Our top 10. I think we got it bang on. Can't remember anything past the top 2, but
who's gonna win Bahrain though?
It's the first race.
Yeah.
Good question. Now let's have an honest guess here, because I want to see, and maybe we should do this if we can once a week and just try and pick almost a live guessing. Maybe not. Maybe
before each race.
Maybe. Yeah.
Let's not commit to too much yet.
Maybe let's do it again in another year. Well, 2023. We can do it in 2023. Nick of Mazepin.
In his own mind, Mazepin will win.
Norris.
Okay.
I think Norris or Hulkenberg.
I'm going Sainz.
Sainz. I was thinking Leclerc at the start.
Unless Mercedes in Q3 turn it up and just go, oh look, we magically found the pace.
Well, they will.
That will be the key, I think, Q3.
Do you reckon there'll be upgrades for race 1?
Yeah. Yeah.
Side pods on
Oh.
the Mercedes or no side pods?
They'll continue down that route.
Oh, I'm
But
going
yeah, they'll be.
side pods.
You reckon
Michael
they
Massey.
go back to?
Yeah. I've got a funny feeling they're being a little bit genuine. Some of it, not all of it.
Hmm.
But I don't think their cooling material, whatever that liquid was they're using, is working. Carlos Sainz. Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, chat. Who do you think's going to win the first race?
Hmm?
I'm going to see what your chat thinks. There's a couple. Carlos Sainz, Ferrari.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got two guesses there.
Yeah.
I'm going Norris. That's me.
Yeah. It'll probably Mercedes will turn
hard.
up for Q3 and then win by about 2 laps.
Scotty's back, mate. I'm taking you off my list. I had you on the naughty list, but you know what? You and I are friends again. Look, it's Perez. Okay, for real, I reckon Lewis. Yeah, Spence. I think.
I think we're going to have a slightly odd result in Bahrain.
Do you reckon there's going to be some DNFs because of?
Yeah, and maybe people getting a bit carried away, saying to turn one and crashing into each other or something, and yeah.
Two dads. Is that George Russell?
Two dads.
Yeah,
Not
two
sure.
dads.
Who's
I
that?
think George Russell. George Russell has two dads' names.
Does he?
Yeah. George and Russell.
There's two first names.
Well, it's two dads.
Isn't it? Is it?
That's how it works. Can someone educate us?
Yeah. I haven't heard that one before.
Yeah, but don't trick us, mate. We're not smart. Just put a name up. We're not the brightest people. Remember, I play with toy cars. And I'm a grown man. Oh. Hamilton. Don't get it. You guys should do this more often. I'm having a laugh right now. This is so entertaining. Because you're laughing at me, Spencer. Because you're putting me second and third. Yeah, he has got two third. I reckon. Look,
Yeah.
I like what he does. People are going to hate me for this, but at least he has a crack. And he doesn't. Lando, George, Maxi. He's interesting. I like him.
You like the fashion. What did you think of that Vanity
I like fashion, but I got a
Fair shoot or
Kmart
whatever?
$3 hat on and a Vista Prince t-shirt.
It's better than my 15-year-old Adidas t-shirt that's falling apart.
Still fit you, Dave. You're looking good.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah. You just buy them
Hey,
Super XL.
I was about to say to you, we've gone for 42 minutes.
Jeez.
And how many? I don't know how many.
We got
how many still
22
watching?
online at the moment. Thank you,
that's
everyone, for actually watching these.
Yeah, sticking with us. What else can we talk about, Dave? Do we round it off to a nice even number, or should we leave it 44 for Lewis Hamilton?
Hashtag 44.
Hashtag 44.
It's an omen.
It's an
We
omen.
better quickly end it. I'm trying to think of what's the next number after that.
Yeah, me too. Well, there's 77, which is Bottas, but I don't know if I could put up with him much longer.
No, there's
I could probably round off another 10 minutes.
mix 47. I think.
Yeah, 47. We'll get to that and we'll see who's in the 50s.
Yeah.
Someone's in the 50s.
Science is 55.
Yeah, well, let's work with 47 and we'll push the signs.
This is really testing my memory on the numbers.
Yeah, you're done. I reckon this season will be even more unpredictable. Spence, mate, I
think we'll probably see a bit of ebb and flow as well. I think Mercedes is probably going to show up around, like third or fourth round, and then
I think the biggest concern I have is the cars don't look alike, which I'm happy with that. But it was meant to be a year where everything was closer, but I think they're going to be further apart. By looking at all the cars, you go, Triple A.
But that's what usually happens. Like the first season of a rule change, you usually get a bit more field spread, and then everyone converges to the same.
Oh, Jake's gone driver's champion, mate. It took us 41 minutes to do the constructions, and there's double the choices. But all right, who do you think the top three? Who do you think is going to be in the top three drivers?
Top three would be Verstappen, Hamilton, and probably Russell. I think.
So Verstappen's in my top 3. I'm just trying to think where. I think. Okay. Realistically, I think Russell, Verstappen, Norris. What I really want to see is Ricardo, Oscar Piastri, Ricardo, Norris, and maybe a Ferrari, Leclerc, Verstappen, Sainz.
Yeah.
That's good, Jake.
I think Ferrari are probably going to start out very strong, but then they'll get outdeveloped by Red Bull and Mercedes, I think.
You reckon? D-dub, max. Spencer went Ricardo, Russell, Norris. I'm really liking Spencer because, to be honest with you, that's what I'd love to see.
I mean, yeah, I'd love to see the McLaren right in that front battle. I'd much prefer if, you would turn up each week and at least, those front 4 teams were all within a shot.
Fighting.
And yeah.
Well, have you watched the Japanese? I can't remember what their F1 is called. It will come to me in a tick. But I've
Super Formula.
Super Formula, mate. That race, it's like F2 and F3 and Super Formula. That racing, and as much as people hate Formula E, which, to be honest with you, I'm not.
You're going to lose fans right now. You think you were number 2. Say like Formula E, you're going to just automatically drop to 10th.
No, hear me out, because I don't believe F1 can ever go full electric, because I believe Formula E, and I could be wrong, have the rights for like 25 years. So F1 will have to stay hybrid for a long time. So that's why I like Formula E. But the racing, some of the overtakes and some of the passes, although you're only doing 30 k's per hour, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I watched that because they did their Drive to Survive it was on YouTube. And I did actually watch that over Christmas. But I also watched it in like 1.5 speed. So the cars actually looked like they were kind of going fast. Because the whole thing was sped up.
They're deceivingly fast, though.
Oh, they're not slow, but if you compare them to even, I think they're slower than the F3 cars.
F3. So they're the same. I think they're almost on par with F3. F3 is a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
Which they're no snails, but I know it.
Yeah.
It's in
comparison, it's night and day. Yeah. But they have marketed that very well, where they go to the tight street tracks.
Bunning Snags, Ricardo, Piastri, Doohan.
Doohan's got his F2, isn't he, this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did well last year, F3, and he jumped F2 now. You know what?
Yeah.
If Ricardo sticks around, we may see three Aussies, if Ricardo sticks around in the next 3 or 4 years, on the grid. Could you imagine it?
Well, the big issue is going to be this year how he goes. He's got to at least match Norris. So if he doesn't match Norris, I mean, do you sign him again for another year when you've already got Norris on a big retainer? And
I think another team.
I'm a massive Ricardo fan, but he's still going to want to be paid, and you've got other options.
I think his problem is he's jumped too many times too soon. He should have stayed. Got some more wins under his belt, because I think he's got 8 or 9 now.
He probably should have gone to McLaren rather than going to Renault in the first place.
Originally, yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
And that was an odd decision, but see, Lawson's another one coming through that, when you've got guys like Lawson and Piastri on the sidelines, I'm trying to think who else is on the sidelines. There's the guy who's over in IndyCar this year, Lundgaard, people like that. You kind of go.
What's your thoughts on the American joining the league? Oh, come on, it'll come to my mind. Who?
I mean,
what's
as
the
far
team?
as
What's the team?
Andretti.
That's it.
But McLaren signed Herder to a testing contract as well.
Yes. Yeah.
this week.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. If I was Herder, I'd stay in IndyCar and yeah, win
Because
races
I
and
think
stuff.
IndyCar having an Australian in that now, and not this is. I mean, we have power.
What do you
Power's
mean now? Yeah, Scott
Oh no,
McLaughlin is an
we
Australian.
have power, but no one really.
I mean, I've claimed Scott McLaughlin as Australian, like he comes from the seventh state. But
Yeah,
yeah, we've had an Australian in there for a very long time, and
a very good Australian, but no one really tuned in. I guess it's
no,
sad
and I
because
think
he's really good.
yeah, Power's not a known name here. Like even I talk to like sports fans at work, and they have no idea who Will Power is.
Which
Whereas at
is
least
sad because he's bloody good.
they know who Scott McLaughlin is
Yeah, because of Bathurst.
because of the supercars. Yeah,
supercars. And Power, I don't think's ever done Bathurst. He may have done the
he did it once.
in that
With
F1 World Cup
Mark
car.
Larkin.
Mark, that's it. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
There you
It's
go.
about 2002, 2003, something around there.
He's been around, and he must be pushing 40s, is he?
Yeah, because what would he been 18-ish around that? Yeah, 2001, 2002. So yeah, he'd be getting up there now. I can only see him around for another year or two. I think they've probably already signed what's his name, Alexander Rossi. But that's, I mean, IndyCar's a totally different topic. We've got a bit off track here.
We have, and I just seen that someone said if Andretti gets there, can Wilkinshaw be a part of that? Could you imagine a Wilkinshaw Formula One team?
What do you mean? There already has been.
Yeah, but well, was it really though?
The Benetton, Arrows, Ligier.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Well, I mean, Walkinshaw was basically behind Benetton's turnaround in the early 90s. Then he ran.
You're right.
Yeah, Walkinshaw was in the background with all that. And then he ran Ligier for a couple of years, and then he bought Arrows, which ultimately crashed
Went down the
whole Walkinshaw empire.
Yeah. I actually just watched a documentary about that. So I literally just watched a doco on that.
Is there a doco about that?
Well, there's a part of it. I'm just trying to think where I saw it. It was literally this week. And it talks about how they chose when Jordan, it was like, and out they go. I'm thinking, oh, that's a bad decision. But then you go partners with someone. We're off topic again.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. We've almost made it to 55. How many got still viewings?
We've got 21 still.
You guys crazy.
Go to bed. Scotty Honeybone. We've claimed Scott McLaughlin. You know, when we choose to, New Zealand is the seventh state.
Yeah, when we want it. To keep your earthquakes, but we'll keep Scotty. Keep Scotty.
We'll
Hyundai F1 team. Hyundai. You know what though? It is funny, but I love the i30 and the i20s. The ends. I actually drove one recently, and they're not bad.
I haven't driven one, but some of those, I mean, they're not that fast, but those i30 ends,
it was good.
They're not bad. Yeah,
good.
They're not bad, and some of them, if they must have an exhaust or whatever on them, they all go to the same shop or whatever to get the same exhaust put on them, but they sound better than Golfs with an exhaust.
Well, when we drove our one, and this was only a week and a half ago, you have 3 drive modes, and as soon as you put it in sport, obviously the little butterfly opens up, and the exhaust sounded incredible.
So it's actually like because I thought it must have been they all went to the same exhaust shop.
So even Renault do it.
I thought it must have been a kit. Yeah, like my SS used to do that, where you just switch it off on the stereo. Yeah, you go through 15 menus on the stereo to switch it off.
Find the button.
Yeah.
Do you still have that car?
Mine came from the factory with it turned off.
Oh, Dave.
So it was full noise.
Dave. Matthew. Right. Thank you, Matthew. Please subscribe and like.
Fuck you, Matt. Is anyone going to the... my stepson is actually going to the Aussie GP. Are you going?
I think I will, yeah.
Okay. Because I think the grandstands and that are all sold out now.
Should we go live? There?
Well, I'd have to get there first, so
No,
I was,
I'll wave to you on camera then,
yeah,
Dave.
I was hoping to get a ticket through work.
Yeah, I'm
Doesn't,
waiting. I'm
doesn't
waiting
look
for.
like that's happening.
No. But I think.
Apparently,
I
it's
think.
easier to get a ticket when you're a customer rather than an employee.
Well, I'll get back to you on that. I'm
Yeah.
80% sure that
I
I'm
would.
looked after.
I would love to go. I was supposed to go in 2020. We were actually had the ticket there for the Friday. I've still got it. It is actually my
What
work
happened? What
bag
happened to
still.
2020?
The world came to an end on that day.
Was that you crying
Um,
at the gate? I saw a heap of people crying, and I'm sure that you're in the background
no,
with your Dave T-shirt on.
we had a conversation at work on the Thursday night, and I said practice has started. It's going ahead. And went home and got up Friday morning and had a phone call at like 6 o'clock in the morning going, we better just go into work and see what happens. I'm like, nah, we'll just go straight in there. And then get into work and you're like, oh, fuck, this is
We're not going.
if they're actually stopping the F1, this is the end of the world.
Oh,
So,
mate.
yeah.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started. But we've reached that number. What number was it? 57?
Yeah, no, it was 47 for Nick.
No, it was someone else.
We've passed Carlos Sainz at 55.
55.
So
Well, it's almost an hour. I think
we've done pretty
do
well.
we bow? Is that how we do it on your show?
Curtsy?
Do you have like a members wave or anything I need to do?
No, I don't think so.
I had a VIP.
Tim the Toolman Taylor salute. Pit passes. That's a
I had
burn.
VIP. George Russell 63.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, we didn't. Yeah, we didn't. Oh, yeah, we did the drivers. We did the drivers.
I forgot all about George Russell being 63.
That's his
number.
That comment just clicked to me now. Like you
straight over your head.
Hey, mate,
it's getting too late at night. Yeah,
mate. Can you tell people to stop sending me messages?
In the morning. Who's sending you messages?
I don't know. I'll put it up on Instagram, so I'm probably getting some hate mail from your fans.
Okay, it's it's too complicated for me to do messaging and.
Nah, I did it for you, Dave.
At the same time.
Well, mates, if no one else has got any topics or there's no questions of ask us because we haven't any.
Yeah, if anyone's got any quick questions to finish off on, fire away.
What, 77?
Probably be better if it was F1 related, but yeah, any questions, we might answer them.
And
we
know what we're talking about.
I'll stop hitting the desk and bouncing the camera.
Yeah, you're all over the joint. I'm trying to get good light because I've got this fan wheeling behind me.
The chair bounces as well and stuff.
I'm on a piano chair, mate. I'm on a piano chair.
That's a good
idea. Do you want the Lego, Dave?
It's beautiful. Have you got any McLarens? Yeah. Can't you get the big McLaren F1 car?
No, it hasn't come in. I can't find it anywhere. And I don't really like Technics. I'm not a big fan of Technics.
Armit's asked about the new layout at Albert Park.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, but will it improve the race?
New cars, new corners, following close. They've already proved that. And Daniel Rick might win it because he helped design it. He's put like a bump somewhere.
Didn't always work for Scafie. Will there be more than 8 different winners this year? I think we're all going to be winners if it's competitive. How's that for just sitting on the fence?
Such a generic answer, Dave. Go out on the limb.
No, I don't think they will.
So how many races? 23?
Although having said that, I mean both Red Bulls, both Mercedes, both Ferraris, and both McLarens could all win a race.
Who is this? That slot guy fella, Honey Bones.
Who are you?
All friends before.
Yeah. So, for those who don't, me and Trav used to work together, and then I suppose we've kind of stayed friends as much as. I went the wrong way.
Wrong way.
This is a problem with the camera. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
What's
we used to be
friends
friends
for the F1 cars. Haas.
What's your worst livery for this new? Well,
Haas.
that's a hard one for me. Haas.
Yeah.
What? Since Uralkali is gone, or the new colour?
It probably looks better.
No, I don't think it's the worst.
Dave's never worked in his life.
So I'm going to answer I'm going to go with Matt, and I think there will be 8, but no more than 8. I'm going to say up to 8. You heard that right here,
Is that
Dave.
all? Is that all of the top 4 teams, or do you think that
No, you're going to have some surprise guests because there is going to be some.
Latifi or
Yeah, you might have another Ocon.
what about
Please do.
Lando?
Lies, Dave's never worked a life. I can actually say that because he hasn't.
Yeah.
Another Danny Rick win. As much as I want him to win the title,
I think if McLaren's competitive, though, I think both of them will win races.
how many sprint races? There's 3, so that does really shake up who can
Was
win.
it 3 or did they end up doing 5?
No, it was meant to be 6 originally, but I think there's only 3 again.
Yeah,
Am I wrong? Maybe the
Red Bull
chat will
wanted
know.
like $5 million to do the extra ones.
Of course, they did.
What do you think of the sprint races?
I wouldn't say I hated them. I don't think I didn't hate them at all. I enjoyed them. It was different. They could probably change a little bit, but I don't know. More points this year. There's more points, so there's more risk and
Olivia
reward.
or Danica? Who's Olivia? I was sure we're talking about Danica Patrick.
Yeah. And Olivia's the new 992 Porsche. What's our thoughts on the new 992 Porsche? Is that the F1 car?
Yeah, which is the 992. Let me just Google that. I
What
don't
is the
know.
992?
They're all the same 911.
Is it the big whale tail thing now? It's like the...
Oh, it must be the new model. It looks
Look at that. Thanks,
fancy.
Jake. Spring races are Imola, Austria, and Brazil. And I think they're the perfect tracks.
I mean, if you put in the super turbo Mercedes engine, Brazil's fine, but you can't pass really at Imola or Brazil. So,
Yeah, Dave, what's your thoughts on the CX-3 Mazda?
I've never driven nor really been in one. I've never been in a CX-3. I've been
They
in
come with a
CX-5.
2.5 turbo, I think, now.
Is it?
Which you would have driven, or is it 2.3 you drove?
My Mazda 3 was a 2.3 turbo.
Yeah, I think they come with a 2.5 turbo. Some of them petrol.
That was aggressive.
Favorite Group C car? Oh, Silk Cut Jag, very nice choice. Very nice choice.
I mainly know the Group C stuff from like Gran Turismo.
I'm thinking I'm with him on the Jag because I'm actually here. I am going to my channel now. I'm thinking of some reviews I've done on Group C, and I think the Silk Cut was my favorite.
I really like the 787B, the Mazda. I like that kind of renowned livery and high Angus trains.
Yeah, hi Angus. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Is that are you a slot car guy viewer or thoughts on the Nissan Juke? I think the Nissan Juke looks pretty cool, actually, especially those ones that they put the GTR drivelines in.
What did you think of
I haven't watched it yet this year.
Up to number 9, Dave. Up to number 9.
Jeez, you've really smashed out.
Yeah, I love F1s.
Halfway through the last episode of the previous season.
What, you didn't watch it last year?
No, I started watching it, then I got distracted, and I never finished watching it because I know the ending. So it's
it's good. It's good.
Lewis wins. So in that,
no, they don't really focus much
in that season.
They do. Oh yeah, Lewis. Yeah,
Lewis wins. F1 team may still be playing something that will be unmatchable. I think it's a lot harder to hide things these days D-dub. Yeah, I don't think it's quite the same as like the double diffusers and things like that.
Well, Dave, I've been given the message.
Okay,
It
is
is
that
time
time of night? Yeah, well, I've got to get up
time of
early
night.
tomorrow as well. So,
for me to go nonnos. No, I think I'm waking the young fella up.
oh, be quiet. You need some sound deadening in the room.
Work in progress, mate. If you watch my
Or-
channel, you'll see that happening.
My child is off at work, so
No,
we're
I do
fine
like
right
it.
now. But mine's a lot
If my
older.
4-year-old
So
can pay rent, I'll be happy. But
give it a
thanks for
few
letting
years.
me. Thanks for letting me on, Dave. I really appreciate it, mate. And thanks to the group for keeping
Yeah,
me nice and warm.
thank you everyone for watching, and yeah, we might try and do this another time. So
We will.
Yeah.
Is that how you sign off? Like that?
no, I can't remember. I'm still Dave, and I'll catch you later.
And support your local.
Yeah, exactly. See you everyone. Thanks for watching.
See you, everyone.